In a secluded temple high in the mist-covered mountains, a Zen master named Ryo sat in deep meditation. The temple was bathed in a soft golden light, its peaceful atmosphere in stark contrast to the world below, where chaos and uncertainty reigned. Ryo had spent decades honing his mind, understanding the ways of the universe. His calm presence radiated wisdom, his gaze reflecting the peace that comes only from deep reflection and enlightenment. One day, a young warrior named Kaito arrived at the temple, exhausted from years of battling both within and outside himself. His once bright armor was now dented, his spirit bruised. The warrior had heard stories of Ryo's wisdom and sought him out, hoping to find a way to conquer the darkness that seemed to chase him at every turn. Kaito approached the Zen master and bowed respectfully. "Master Ryo, I have traveled far, fought countless battles, and yet I feel lost. No matter how hard I try, the darkness within me grows. I wish to achieve greatness, but it feels impossible." Ryo opened his eyes slowly, his calm expression never changing. "Kaito, come with me," he said, rising gracefully from his seated position. The soft rustling of his brown robes seemed to whisper wisdom in the wind as he walked toward a winding path that led up a steep mountain. The path was dark and lined with twisted trees whose branches stretched into the sky like gnarled hands. The air was thick with mist, and the wind howled through the ancient trees. Yet Ryo walked with purpose, as though he was unaffected by the storm that raged around him. Kaito, however, struggled to keep up. The weight of his past battles felt heavier with every step. "Master, how do you remain so calm in this storm?" Kaito asked. Ryo smiled faintly. "The storm is not outside, Kaito. It is within. The key to achieving anything is not fighting the storm, but mastering your response to it." They reached the top of the mountain, where the wind was at its strongest. A vast, dark expanse stretched out below them, the world illuminated by the faint glow of distant stars. In the center of this vast emptiness was a stone pedestal, upon which sat a small flickering flame. "The flame represents your inner strength," Ryo explained. "It is not large, nor does it shine brightly in the face of the wind, but it endures. It does not fight the storm. It simply burns. It simply burns." Kaito watched as the wind howled around the small flame, yet it remained unwavering. A sense of deep peace washed over him. For the first time, he understood. "The darkness you face is not your enemy," Ryo continued. "It is the resistance within you. You must focus your mind, still your heart, and let your inner flame guide you through the storm. Achieve anything not by conquering the world, but by mastering yourself." As Ryo's words echoed in Kaito's mind, a burst of light illuminated the path ahead, like the first rays of dawn breaking through the storm. The flame on the pedestal burned brighter, and Kaito felt his doubts and fears dissipate like mist in the morning sun. The storm still raged, but Kaito no longer felt fear. He had learned that greatness was not about avoiding challenges, but about staying true to oneself and remaining calm amid the chaos. It was about trusting in his inner strength and allowing it to guide him through the darkest of times. With newfound clarity, Kaito turned toward the path ahead, his heart steady and his mind focused. He knew the journey would be long, but he was no longer afraid. He had unlocked the key to achieving anything: mastery over himself. Ryo stood behind him, watching as the young warrior stepped forward, his presence now calm and resolute. The Zen master's face held a quiet smile, knowing that Kaito had learned the greatest lesson of all. The power to achieve anything lay within him.